This is Turner's Marsh, a rural area in northeastern Tasmania. Why then are there two trains in front of me? This is the story of the abandoned North East Railway line.
Hi, I'm Tasmanian, and this is Tasmania's forgotten North East Railway. This is Rocherlea Station, or where it used to be. This is nowadays on the Bell Bay line. We're about 6 kilometres from the CBD of Launceston. We're standing at a bridge on Lilydale Road over the railway. Now, here's what it's like. There's only around 1 to 2 freight trains along the Bell Bay line daily. Rocherlea Station was located just around that bend. The old northeast line used to branch off southward toward the city down that way, and again at Coldwater Creek Junction, which we cannot reach by car, about 5 kilometres up that way. Welcome to Turner's Marsh. This was once an important station and yard on the North East Railway line, and the platform still remains. This is now owned by the Launceston and North East Railway Company, a tourist and heritage group aiming to preserve this section of the railway line and operate pedal carts and eventually steam trains along the line. Here are 2 of the locomotives they own, part of the 2000 class, as well as some old buildings over there, including a AN Tasrail. This is Lalla. Lalla is midway between Turner's Marsh and our next station, Lilydale. There really isn't that much to say about Lalla, except one of the main reasons behind the railway's closure is nearby the Karula Trestle Bridge, which was not good enough quality to keep the railway alive, as it was unsafe to bring trains or any sort of vehicles along, and that remains true today, which is one of the main reasons why the North East line remains closed to this day. Now on to our next station, Lilydale. Here I am at the old Lilydale station site. This is located on Station Road in the western part of Lilydale. This used to be one of the most important stops on the line, and I'm sure I'll have found some historical pictures to put up on screen now. This station was one of the terminus of one of the original proposals for the line. Up that way is the Lilydale High School, which helps maintain part of the track. On to the next station, Tunnel. Welcome to Tunnel. This is another station whose platform is still here. This is the Tunnel station platform. Tunnel was the station built between Lebrina and Lilydale on the original line. Tunnel station and the town around it is named after the old railway tunnel, which is about 200 metres back up the tracks behind me. I'm not going to visit that in this video, but here's some footage from an old video I took of there, and some historical footage of a train entering this tunnel. There is a lot of historical railway footage in this video from along the North East line. Massive credit to Tasmanian railway enthusiast for uploading these to YouTube. There's the old Lebrina station platform. Over there is Lebrina railway station's old platform. This is only the third platform so far as we go up the northeast line. Lebrina was originally called Denison when it first opened. Then it changed, I believe, in 1913 to Lebrina, and then sometime later to Lebrina. In between Lebrina and our next station, Wyena, sits the Denison Gorge, which is an extremely steep and rugged gorge that the railway winds its way through. This was a popular picnic spot for railway enthusiasts during the 19th century and the 20th century. Welcome to Wyena. Wyena is kind of a sad story. So this opened as part of the original line, I believe, and was one of the places that carried trains the longest, as there are a lot of tourist and heritage trains that went here. And as you can see by how nice this looks, I'm not surprised. However, in recent years, the Dorset Council, which we have just entered, has announced plans to extend the North East Rail Trail, more on that soon, to Wyena, ripping up these train lines, which are in such good condition compared to what's other places. So, yeah, not great. Wyena's a really nice place, though. This is a nice place for a railway. Hi, I'm in Nabowla. Nabowla is midway between Wyena and Scottsdale, which is the biggest town on the line. This is a fairly quiet little area, not much going on here. Not too much to say about this place except there's a lot of wooden sleepers and interesting stuff going on with the railway here. Scottsdale railway station was the original terminus of the North East line when it first opened in the 1880s and 90s. There are a lot of remains still here today, and as I walk past here, I'll explain some of the history. The station was opened with the rest of the line in I believe it was at the end of 1890. I could be wrong with that. Here's the old platform. I believe that's an old rail they've stuck on the top. Yep, old rail on the top, they've put that. Then, when the railway was extended, it became a major station along the line. They built this became a major yard with a lot of sidings, etc. I believe they even stored trains here at one point. Then, the lines to Herrick and Legerwood closed, so the line went back to Tonganah, in which case Scottsdale was virtually the terminus of the line, but not quite. Then, not long after, the rest of the line closed. Then, in the last few decades, as this signs are very helpfully saying, this railway line was converted to a rail trail. In the 2010s, the railway line and the Scottsdale yard was converted to a rail trail. All the tracks are taken up, turned into that thing. However, the old train station has survived. There's an old sign over there saying no camping, etc. within rail yards. There's even a tiny bit of old track over here that survived. It's a shame this is all that's left, but also still this. Points obviously don't work anymore, but still nice. Nice to see that they haven't completely abandoned this place. There's the old train station over here. Scottsdale station. I'm sure I'll be able to find a picture of it that was in far better condition. Little old platform and everything. And as I walk back here, this is just how most railways in Tasmania have ended up. Gone, abandoned. There's an old signal post up there, I think. It's interesting to see that still here. Tonganah now. Just behind me is the quite busy Tasman Highway, which goes all the way from Launceston to Hobart via the east coast. Tonganah was also a terminus of the line for a few periods in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. Tonganah was only kept around because of the industrial area near here at Ling Siding. However, Ling Siding was in a location where it would not have been easy to close the line beyond, so they kept it open to Tonganah. It was very rare for a train to actually pass beyond Lings, though. You can see quite clearly that this is the railway because of how the curved alignment on a steep bank, which a normal walking track would never be built on, and of the old bridge down there. Welcome to Tullendeena. As this sign says, it's the highest point on the northeast line. There's a nice old platform here. And this is not the original station shed, but it's a shed nonetheless. Doesn't look too nice though. So, old platform there. This is on Billycaw Hill, which is the highest point this line gets to, as although you can't see it, the alignment, which is now long abandoned, heads off that way towards Legerwood, home of the painted poles, which is where we're going next. Here's some more information about Tullendeena. Pause at different points to read. It was called Oldina originally, and yeah, as you can see, railway is very windy here. Yeah, so the station building would have been around here, partly cut off by the new highway. Don't like all this stuff. Sign's a bit outdated. Railway hasn't been here in a long time. Here's the old railway spot here, very efficiently. There's the old corridor. I'm standing on the old platform, and I've got some old train carriages they're using here. Look, there's some definitely old carriages that they've put here on the old rail alignment. Train line used to go through here. And that's probably the old station building. And I think, yep, old, that's the sign they had in the old station. After reading a few signs around here, I've learned some new information that Legerwood station and the town used to be known as Ringarooma Road. And at some point their name was changed to Legerwood. That comes from the sign back here, I believe. Legerwood is known for its famous poles, carved poles, yeah. There's a railway porter at Ringarooma Road, now Legerwood Railway Station. I'm in Branxholm. This is a town midway between Derby and Scottsdale in the northeast of Tasmania. There's quite a big pulp mill here, I believe that is. Yeah, sawmill. So, this used to be on the northeast line. Is Station Road. Very little information can be found about this place or the station's location, but I believe after doing a good amount of research on stuff and looking at maps and looking at a lot of stuff, I think the old railway station was in this industrial lot. That's the only place I can find that could fit up with everything, and there was most likely also a siding over there in the mill. I'm here at Derby Station. We're a good distance from actual Derby, but it's still called Derby, so there's not much left here. And honestly, there isn't too much to note about Derby except how far it was from the rest of Derby. That could be something there, but I'm not too sure. If anyone knows, tell me in the comments. I believe the station was probably in those trees, though. Welcome to Winnaleah. Winnaleah is the last sort of town we're going to be to, and was the second last station or siding on the line. This here, where there's about a lot of trucks, is where the old station site was, which I hope I can find some pictures or videos of online, but I'm not sure. Hopefully, I'd imagine it probably had a platform, a shoulder shed, and maybe a few sidings in the yard. Winnaleah itself is not a big town, but it has quite a lot of facilities, including a swimming pool. Why does every town in the northeast have a swimming pool? Welcome to Herrick. This was the final terminus of the northeast line. The line never got beyond here. This car yard here was the end of the line, although there was a possibility that there was a loop out here to serve that silo. There was a plan, I believe, to extend the line to Winnaleah, which was originally proposed. I got some footage of Winnaleah earlier, which I'll put on screen now. And I also believe that they could have extended it through to Waldborough or maybe even St Helens in the future, as we're about 50 k's from the east coast. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time on Tasmanian.